Hello friends, my name is Vishal Gupta and today we would be creating a noise generator. Now a noise generator creates sound similar to a gentle hiss, similar to the sound of wind rustling through trees, a waterfall, the sound of waves, etc. Now research has proven that the sound generated by these noise generators help various people across the globe who are suffering from the disease insomnia. Insomnia is a disease where people are unable to sleep. So by listening to this sound, people are able to get their sleep. The sounds produced from this sound generator also help people to relax while doing anything, or they even help people to concentrate on a particular work, like while they are studying, etc. So let's see what are the type of various sounds that can be produced by this sound generator. So there are three type of noises: white noise, pink noise, and brown noise. The white noise has all frequencies of noise and it is great for reading, writing, studying, or particularly doing anything that requires attention. Then pink noise is very mesmerizing. It creates a waterfall effect and it creates an environment where your body feels relaxed. Then the last brown noise, it basically uses lower frequencies and it is used for aiding sleep and calming pets, etc. So now let's listen to the sound of brown noise. And now let's listen to the sound of brown noise that oscillates. So as you can already see that when brown noise oscillates, it creates a more pleasant effect or more wave-like effect, and it is very relaxing to listen to this. So let's go and see how we can implement this in Code Sculptor. So here I have loaded my implementation of the noise generator. So let me first show you how this noise generator works. So I click on it, I get three buttons: white noise, pink noise, and brown noise, just like the various noises. Then I have a button called oscillate, which will basically oscillate the sound. And then I have a volume bar, which I can slide and select the volume according to my desire. And then I have a stop button. So let me show you how this works. I click on white noise, so white noise gets played. Now say I need to reduce the volume, then I can reduce the volume and say at volume 40 I wanted to oscillate. I will click on oscillate and then you can see that the volume goes on increasing as well as decreasing. So the voice is now oscillating. You click on pink noise, then on pink noise the noise gets changed and it keeps on oscillating. Now brown noise would do the same. Now as you can see, this oscillation tries to create a very good sound effect which actually helps people relax. So let us see what are the main challenges that I had to face while doing this. So here I have loaded my code, and as you can see I have three variables where I am loading my sound from Dropbox: white sound, pink sound, and brown sound. And then I have a dictionary called sound which accurately maps to the corresponding sound. Then I have a function called oscillate, which is basically the main logic of the program. Now, as you can see in the function oscillate, we basically take in the value that is being set on the volume slider. Say the volume that is set is 50. So then I am going to oscillate between the half of it and the volume that is set. So basically I'm going to oscillate between 25 and 50 in increments of 1. So say I am going from 25 to 50. So I am going with increments of 1, 26, 27, 28, and when I reach 49 and then 50, the moment I reach 50, I negate the increment. That is, now my increment becomes -1. So from 50, if you increment it by -1, it will become 49, and so on till it will go till 25. Now at 25, I again negate the increment. So then the increment becomes positive and then it again goes to 50. So by this way, the sound keeps on oscillating, and this oscillated sound, I'm using the set underscore volume function to set the volume. So the volume keeps on oscillating. So that is how I am achieving the effect of oscillation. Then I have the draw function. Now in the draw function, I have various things that I had to draw to implement the GUI. So basically I drew the wave image in the first line, then I drew the line on which my volume slider will be, then I drew circles, then I drew circles on the volume line that will that will take it that will slide on the slider. Then I have various polygons to represent the buttons. Note that here I have not used the normal canvas buttons which are available on the frame. Here instead I have used an area, and if you click on that area then it will correspond to the function that the button is supposed to do. So I am drawing those polygons, and then I have written down various texts all along the canvas. Then let me show you the mouse click handler, which basically tells whether a button is clicked or not and corresponds to the function that it has to do. So here basically I have given a set of coordinates where if the position lies between these, then you should execute the function that is related to that button. So as you can see that if I click the white button, then that sound gets selected and I play that sound. Similarly, for pink button, I'm doing the same, and similarly for brown. Now for oscillation, I am first defining a time underscore constant, which I have calculated that it should be the volume that is set divided by 8. Basically, I want the oscillation to come back to its original position in 8 seconds. That's why I'm dividing it by 8. And then I have a variable called is underscore oscillation that I am setting it to true, that now it should oscillate when the oscillate button is pressed. And then I have a mouse click handler function for the stop function. So let me show you how I have implemented the drag handler. Now the drag handler is used to drag the volume circle that was there on the volume line. So basically I have a small logic over here which checks whether the distance between the position that you are clicking on and the circle center, that should be less than the circle radius. If that is true, then it will drag the circle. And then as you can see, I am just changing the horizontal component of the position of the circle. And corresponding to the position of the circle, I am setting the volume of the sound chosen. And then this is how you can implement the drag function. And then I have a timer which goes on, which is called after every time underscore constant that I just talked about. And at every time it calls the oscillate function. So the oscillate function just increments it by 1 or decrements it by 1. So this is how I have implemented my code. And the stop function basically stops the timer, and it sets the global variable is underscore oscillation as false, and it also pauses the sound. So this is how you can go on and write a very normal code, and this is a really simple code. And I hope that you will like the way that you can vary the sounds and create a very good effect. So this is all, and thanks for watching this video.